got a fire in my soul, yeah, it's burning bright. Guy band, he told me just to follow the light. Well, I heard the people singing with all their might, so I hit the ground running, and I ran all night. And we sang, run, 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 run. Run, 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 run. Run, 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 run. Run, 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 run. Well, I ran into my family, and I ran into my friends, and I ran into people that I didn't know then. And I said to them, hey, I could use a hand. And then I ran and I ran, and I ran and I ran. And we sang, run, 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 run. Run, 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 run. Run, 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 run. Run, 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 run. They say it's dangerous out there, but not if we're all here. If we're together, we can run without fear. They say it's dangerous out there, but not if we're all here. If we're together, we can run without fear. Well, the children and the elders and the strangers and the neighbors and the doctors and the teachers and the farmers and the bakers and the scientists and builders and the singers and the players and the buskers and the dancers and the dreamers and the painters and the coaches and the helpers and the artists and creators and the yogis and the healers and the preachers and the changers and the people and the planet and the forests and the rivers and the mountains and the oceans and the future and the vision. And the buskers and the patience and the future and the vision. Run, 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 run. Run, 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 run. Run, 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 run.
Good genes too.
Oh man, here we go again. We're going to create change. Make it happen this time. Let's go, always good vibes. Get out of the open. I can feel it, it's going to be a good day, a great day. Let's go, always good vibes. Create change.
Good morning, everybody. Always good vibes. Having a little bit of fun with this Friday morning. Got a couple special friends in the house to hang out with us for the day. Good vibes, everybody. I appreciate y'all being here. My name is Guy. This is Creating Change. Always good vibes. Having a little bit of fun. Had a buddy send me a little something this morning that just kind of sent my brain on a different pattern. It was funny. But yeah. Like it got me started thinking about some of the, like lifestyle regrets, and I was like, I have a couple things. Like, I regret ever trying to learn how to work a Rubik's Cube. I've regretted that for a long time, and that's one of the things. Like, I regret that. There was a couple girls back in school that wasn't all that great looking, back younger. They're really pretty now. I wish I'd have been a little nicer. I regret not being a little nicer. But, other than that, I'm pretty well regret free. But Anyway, yeah, we're just having a little bit of fun with that. Good morning, everybody. Good vibes, man. Appreciate y'all being here. Let me bring up my special guest here in the house. I think everybody might recognize Brother Clint. Good morning, Brother Clint. Good to see
Morning there,
you.
Randy. Good to see
Good
you
to see
guys,
you.
Andy.
We'll bring up our
What?
what? Well, we got Brother Tommy in the
What?
house too, man. I tell
Easy.
you, we might could fall in there as the Three Stooges or something.
Yes, sir.
As
Yes, sir.
I'm
I got,
as
I
I'm
got
I call
publishing
Curly.
my
I call
video.
Curly.
yeah, yeah.
And my mug is
Um,
on the way. I bought my mug with my logo. My mug and my hat is on the way.
Oh man,
Excellent.
hey, that's awesome, brother. That is
Excellent.
awesome, man.
Shout out
Hey,
to Fourth Wall.
Fourth
hey,
wall. Hey, it's a place
indeed,
to start.
it's a
Definitely a
good.
place to start.
Yes, yes. I agree. At least it's somewhere to get your feet wet and learn the process. Uh, it's pretty cut and dry, man. So
It,
shout
it,
out to
re- it,
bro. I
it,
mean,
re-
brother Clint helped, turn me on to it. I didn't know, and then
I got
hey,
turned
I
on
sent
to by
the
him
info.
and him.
I sent the info right down the road, right down to like just kept passing it down because hey, I I didn't know.
Wow.
I didn't know.
I didn't even know they existed. I didn't even know anything like that existed. Like, I thought for sure you was going to have to buy your own product. The best you can
See,
do is find a good price.
I
see,
knew of
that's
another one, Teespring or something that does shirts. I've
I
heard
never
of
got
that
that.
one like
I
a
never
couple of
got
years
that
ago.
far. I never got
mm-mm.
that far. I found out about fourth wall and looked into it, and I was like, well, okay, I can do this for nothing, just a little bit of time, just
Yep,
a little bit of time, and
But
yep.
that's
that
it.
one only had shirts. Has everything else: hats,
Oh
mugs,
man.
desk mats.
I mean, if you want to jump out the gate looking like somebody, like if you want to jump out the gate on this kind of something like this as a first experience out, hey man, it gives you a pretty good selection of things to be able to offer to folks and not cost you out of your pocket. Because
Yep.
I'm not a rich dude, and I don't have all types of space in my house to just have. Like I couldn't order up a bunch of stuff. Where am
It's
I
not
going to
just
put
that.
that?
It's not just that. Like, I worked in shipping. I know, that's time too, man. You
That's
got to
time,
sell it.
bro. Yes.
You got to label everything. You got to weigh everything. It's got to be properly boxed. It's got to be taken
Yes.
out. You got to be picked up, all insured. It's a bit. That's a
And there's
lot to
costs out of
invest.
your pocket that you
Yep.
have to incur and then wait for that money to come back.
Yep.
And, and then like you said, there's a lot of time, effort, storage. There's a lot of stuff goes into it. And I just can't believe that there's places like this that's
and
available.
and responsibility. Like,
Yeah.
the responsibility is on fourth wall. If something's broke when it arrives, stuff like that. It's on the store. It's on the shipper.
Yes.
Um, and Yeah, so that's another thing. So when you look at it, like, I can remember for a moment, I was like, man, they really take a lot of the money. Then I thought, wait a minute, but I ain't doing nothing. They're providing absolutely everything. All I did was give them a design, and
Yeah.
we're both making money.
Yeah.
We're both making. I was like, I can't bitch about nothing.
No,
When I
man.
get to the next level, okay, then it's time to, like, thank fourth wall, but be like, okay, I've outgrown you. I need the
Yeah,
next
well,
level.
and I think they probably understand that. I
Yeah,
mean,
yeah,
that they're focusing in on. I don't want to say they're focusing in on folks that are just getting started, but it feels like it's a pretty beginner friendly way to get going. You don't have to have a bunch of money. You don't have to put a you don't have to do you just got to take the time to work with it and get it where you want
yeah.
it at. Which I like I say, when you told me about it, and then dude, I went and looked at it that day, like that at that time, and I was like, well, dang, man. I mean, you're crazy not to have a little on this type of platform. If why not? Why
Why
not?
not?
If you're trying to make
You
some
you
money on it, I mean,
you take a handful of hours, and honestly, to me, the hardest thing was learning to properly upload a logo and to
I do.
properly put it on the product. That was the
Yes.
hardest part. Once
Yes.
you figure that out, it's just a matter of clicking stuff and doing things, and that's the easy. I mean,
Yeah, it is.
that's easier. It's
Once
easier.
you get I see you, Mr. Harvey. I got Mr. Bruce Harvey in the house. Shout out to
Hey,
you,
Mr. Harvey, good to see you,
Mr.
Bruce.
Harvey.
I'll be listening to him play his music sometimes.
Oh, dude, yeah, man. Well, and he's for I know for you, then he plays songs that you're familiar with.
Oh, yes,
That
sir. Old time
you know,
country, old time bluegrass.
yeah,
Yes, sir.
yeah.
Yes,
Because
sir. A little bit of
man,
gospel mixed in it sometimes.
yeah,
Yeah,
yeah. And he's got one of them. He's got one of them. One of them voices that it fits the
oh,
genre
yeah, it's legit.
perfectly.
Yeah,
He's
it's
not
legit.
trying to oversing. He's not trying to overdo. It's just
No,
it's the way it's
no,
supposed to be. I
yeah,
like it.
he's not playing. He's not playing the part. He is the part. He's
Wait,
legit. Yeah.
and he's letting the song be the song. You know what
Hmm.
I'm saying? That's why, and like that's why I have such a hard time with like I'll sit here sometimes and try to take a song that's really familiar to all of us that we all have listened to and then try to do it in some kind of different way. And I feel like I'm like, well, if I don't even know, man, that's not even doing the song justice. I don't
Yeah,
appreciate so I just appreciate it when somebody does a song, does it well, does it their way, but at the same time leaves the song alone in the way that they do it. You know what I'm saying?
exactly. I understand that.
Good, good job, Mr. Harvey. I'm tickled to death to have you here. I appreciate you, brother.
Yes, sir.
I seen him for the first time on Brother Mars' channel. I like him too. Um,
I've been connected with Bruce for 2 or 3 months now, and I'm not sure which channel I connected on. It was one of
yeah,
the friends of the Filipino chats, watching karaoke one night, and he was
that's
on
where it
that
was.
one, and I connected, and
Yeah.
now I love when I see him pop up on my feed and he's
Hmm.
live singing, and I'm like, okay, let's
We
check out this
probably
song.
met him through the same
Probably,
same circle or
yeah,
same
it is.
process.
It is same circle. Start with Dapper and just work your way out, and you end up connecting with all these cool people.
Yeah, man. Yeah, Doug the Pogan guitarist, another one of them
Yep.
that's man just been outstanding, dude. I mean, to me, it's not about somebody showing up here every day. It's not about that. It's just about when they do show up, it's like,
Yeah.
hey everybody, good to see you. Like, what that's what I'm about.
Yep.
That makes me feel good. Like, okay, you're providing a platform where nobody's bitching, nobody's complaining, nobody's being mean to nobody, nobody's gossiping on anybody.
Yep.
And if we're gossiping about anything, it's about some kind of viral something or something that's been all
Mm,
over the news, if you want to call that gossiping, I guess. But as far as like, I don't spend my time trying to put nothing, I don't spend my time trying to be negative
no.
in that kind of light. I like good vibes. I like to laugh stuff off, man. I mean, have some
Same
fun
here.
with it.
I'm pretty much like that myself. And if I am in that mode where, I'm not perfect, so I do get that bad
Oh
vibe
yeah,
mode. So, but I'm not going to come online. I'm not going to be live. I'm not going to be going
yeah,
out amongst people and taking my mode and mood to
yeah,
everybody else. Like I'm just not going to, I'll see you tomorrow when I feel better and I'm
yeah,
back up to me.
yeah. Because I know for myself, Clint, I know that if I'm truly, I don't get, you'll not get me in my feelings too awful often. But if I am in my feelings, I'm the kind of person I know better than
Mhm.
to even let the conversation start. To even, it's like I better just stay over here in my corner till I process this and I can work this out in my head
Mhm.
and make it make sense. I ain't going, you know what I mean? Because I know if I get started in anger, there's going to be a lot of truth said that doesn't feel so good. Uh,
Yes.
where if
Yeah.
I give myself time to process it, I can probably say the same exact thing, but in a whole heck of a lot better way and not be that butthole that because if I'm angry, I'm probably intending upon being a butthole as quick as I
Yeah.
possibly can.
It's I'm like that. I'm like that. It's not that when I'm angry, I know I'm going to be a butthole. But I try to be a nice butthole. It's
Mhm.
very strange. I try to be a nice butthole, but if I'm already in that mood, it's like, all right, well, this is just what you get. This
Yeah.
this you get. It's for whatever. But I
Well,
try to hide what I do. I try to hide now when I get in that mode. I just try to stay to myself and be like, okay, we're taking the day off, bosses. You can either go out by yourself and do some cool things to try to get your mind off
yep,
of it, or sit at home by yourself. But it's just me and you today.
yep, yep.
Let's
I'm
hammer us out.
Well, and having those buddies, like I know for me, having a buddy like me and Zach, there's a couple, there's only a couple others in my life that I really would lean on anyway. But as far as for him, I mean, there's times where it just goes unspoken. I ain't got nothing to say right now. Let's just hang out. We might hang out the whole day and not have a whole lot to talk about, but that's what we needed. We needed just to be able to hang out.
Yep.
And I don't want to talk about a whole lot of crap. Don't want to rehash. Don't want to do none of that. I just want to hang out and cut wood, or I want to hang out and just bull crap, whatever it is. But and that because I know you've got to have people in your life that no matter how many times you tell them, look, man, there ain't nothing wrong. I just don't feel like I don't feel like messing with you right now. I don't feel like messing with nobody right now. I want to be left alone.
Yeah.
Oh, well, what's wrong? What's wrong? Man, now you're what's wrong. If you just left me, that's why one thing I think that works for my wife and I is it goes without question. She understands the need within my life to be left to myself. When I'm having trouble with something, if I'm sick, if I'm not feeling well, if something has affected me in a negative manner, I try to this is my space without the record thing on to come in, think, and just be left alone. And I appreciate that so much out of my family. Even without my door there's a door there that they understand that this is like, dude, if you want me to be healthy for you in the world, then I need that throttle down area to just for me it's just being left alone. Don't ask me, don't berate me with a bunch of what's going on and how can I help, man. I don't want you rubbing my head for me, man. Let me puke in the trash can and get away from me.
Exactly. It's like, what's wrong? It's like, I'm puking. You know what? Why would you ask that? Leave me the fuck alone, man.
It's coming out every hole in my head and then some. That's what's wrong.
Yeah. Fuck off, man. Now I'm like that. I am so much like that, man. But I've gotten better, like, because you only mess with. I'm only close to a select few. So like when I am in that mode now, hopefully they understand if there's something really wrong, they should learn by now. Okay, I'll ask you. You'll hear me ask you, hey, can you do this for me? Can you get this for me? Can you grab this for me? But if I'm not asking, ain't nothing wrong. I just want to be left alone.
I just want to be left alone. Yep. That's a hard concept for some folks to get a hold of.
Yeah.
Like they feel like because they're offering their confidants and someone to confide in, that somehow you want that. And it's like, man, I don't really, that's not what I'm wanting you to understand and not be upset with me that I just want to be left alone. It ain't got nothing to do with you, ain't got nothing to do with nobody else. I just want to be, I just want some quiet time, want some space, man.
And that alone has taught me myself to learn my own vocabulary the way I ask people, like, hey, you okay, bud? You need that? All right, well, holler if you do. And that's it. In the conversation. In the conversation. I extended my help. It's there. You need it. Hey, put a hand up. Otherwise,
it's been spoken. There's no other. The offer has been laid on the table, and now I'm not going to push. The offer, anybody that knows us or knows me as a person or understands that is like, okay, that man, he knows that if guy says, look, man, if I can do anything, holler at me. That means, like, bro, I want you to holler at me if you need me, but I understand I'm gonna leave you alone too. Like I'm not gonna push up on you like that. Because that I feel invaded. Now that's on another token for those of us that's married or in relationships. Like my wife is the kind of person that it's helpful for me to go, if she's sick, to go in and make sure it makes her feel better that somebody's there and let her know that she's okay. It's gonna pass. It's all that. Now I'm the kind of dude that if I'm in there sick, I don't want no company. I don't want no nothing. If you hear me hit the deck, then call 911. That means it's something bad. That means I've hit the deck. I don't. If I need a warm washcloth, I will holler at you and tell you I need
Yeah.
a warm washcloth. Don't come in rubbing my head for me.
Yeah.
Don't do that. Don't. But
Yeah.
you
I
know,
agree.
for my wife now, it makes her feel better for me to bring her. You know, like she wants to know. She doesn't necessarily want you right there with her, but she just likes knowing that you're checking on her. It may, it like, okay, I feel like that. Over the course of years now, I know that if she's sick, then she needs me to come ask her if she's feeling okay. She needs me to do that so she can start talking about what's going on, or maybe get it all, just know that I'm there. Like, hey, honey, I heard you in here sick. I just come in and check on you. You know what I mean? Because our house is, it's just a long open space. So, like, if she's in the other bathroom and I hear her sick, then I know, give her time to come out of the bathroom. I'm going to go in and check on her. Because that'll make her, she'll calm, it'll calm her down a little bit. Where, for myself, I really don't need that. I just want to be able to go back to bed, maybe go to sleep and not puke no more, just as
Yeah.
an example. But
Yeah. I agree.
anyway, let me say hi to everybody, man. I ain't even
Yes, sir.
recognized everybody. I got you,
Tony.
Mr. Harvey. Thank you again, brother. Mr. Floyd in the house, man. It was outstanding to be a part of your community, man. It was really positive vibes. I encourage anybody that's out there in earshot, if you haven't been to Mr. Floyd's universe, just outstanding community, man. Everybody was just really welcoming, and I appreciate that. That's what I push up, and I push past the rest. So I appreciate you, Mr. Floyd, and I thank you, Magic of Healing, another one of those outstanding members of the community. Not only a member, she's a good leader as well. And I appreciate her being here, and I appreciate her being a part of this journey. And I encourage you, if you haven't been over to support, please go and support. Everybody knows what proper support is. I'm not going to start with that this morning. Properly support or just don't support, that's fine too. You don't have to, just saying. Millie did pretty, I don't know if I'm saying that right. I better not make fun. I'm not making fun. I just was going to try to say it in the right accent, but that probably won't work, so I won't do that. Millie de la Prida. I can't talk in Spanish. Is that Spanish, Clint, or Tommy?
I'm thinking it's more Italian.
Is it Italian? See, I don't even know. See, I wouldn't
But
even know.
I can't swear to it.
I don't know. I
The
can
way
barely
it's
read our language.
spacing, it looks more Spanish.
Okay, man, Tommy come in with the big brain on me, man.
Italian Della would be one word.
Okay.
Conjunction Della. That if it was Italian Della would be
Cuban.
one word.
Tommy,
Cuban. Okay, yeah, Cuban's close to Spanish.
man,
Cuban.
I think you're too smart to be hanging out with me, man.
Yeah,
I mean,
you just ruined my whole Friday vibe with all
I
that.
bring him down a level.
he's too, yeah, you two ready to go.
I am
Yeah,
working on my Italian. I'm doing the Italian streak, like using the app Duolingo and everything. I'm working on my Italian.
Of course, he goes on here saying I'm working on my Italian.
I ain't trying to one up nobody,
like
but I got a yo-yo. I'm just saying, I'm not a one upper, but I do have a yo-yo. I've been working on it for years. But I don't have any other languages under my belt. Man, that's awesome, brother Tommy. Man,
Yeah,
I'm making fun, but I'm not making fun. It's awesome, man.
Yeah.
Daggone. Brother Tommy coming in with the knowledge knot on my. He's like, what? All right. That's why we got brother Tommy. I mean,
Exactly.
full of surprise knowledge on us, man. Shout out to Mr. Floyd. Does appreciate you being here, Millie. Appreciate you, Mr. Harvey. Good morning, Mom. That's my mom, everybody. That Melissa Bandy. That's my sister, Melissa, but that's my mom on there. I can see her now, like, yeah, all up in the phone like that. Yeah. Good morning, Mama. I see you. I love you. I thank you for being a part of everything. Let's see. Am I getting up to there's brother Gen X. I think I see Gen X there and Gen X there. Got him in both. Got him in both. He's in the house. Appreciate you, man. I appreciate both of you guys being on here. You guys got anything going on this weekend?
We do. Well, Jimena's got her show later on this afternoon. Well, after the show, and we're doing an episode of The Experiment tomorrow after True Play. I believe it's after. Yes, I believe it's like 11 p.m. Eastern time.
Okay.
I'm gonna
And
go out and
hey,
uh,
just to put it out there, Minna's birthday's coming up September 20th.
Yes.
So I convinced her into setting up a birthday bash. We're going to do a live on her channel on her
Awesome.
birthday on September or 24th. I'm sorry.
Awesome.
I could,
Awesome.
September 24th. And so we'll be
I want to be a
talking
part
about
if
that.
I'm allowed to be. I want to be a
Yes,
part.
sir. Yes, sir. Heard.
Awesome.
Look, she tried to correct me. I called it first, though. I called it first. I did that. I did that last night.
She
I
was
got
on there
something
too.
going-
She's like,
I got something going on from here at home on the 20th. So I
okay.
kept confusing the two dates, and I almost did again, but I called it. I called
Yeah.
it.
She's quick on the draw. Like, yeah,
She
that's
she likes
awesome.
getting me. But yeah,
Good morning, brother William. I see you in the house, brother. Good to see you, man. Good morning to you. God bless you, brother. How about you, brother Tommy? What you got? What you got going on, brother?
look, picking up I just published one as we're going live during when we were playing the video. I was publishing my Friday video today,
Awesome.
but I just went 2 weeks straight, like except for publishing on the weekends. 2 weeks straight of publishing a video every day.
Shout out to him, man. Hey, I gotta say, besides this past 2 weeks, man, this is the most consistent person in my circle as far as like YouTube, Instagram. I don't even know all that. I just know the Instagram and YouTube. But hey, man, consistently, man, like, with the posts and the videos and the shares and the things like that, man. So, man, shout out to you, brother Tommy. I swear that's good work, and it's hard to stay
sir.
consistent like that. That's good. That's
Tommy,
good.
I
And
got
I'm
a
doing
question.
2 podcasts,
I know, man. Busy.
Yeah,
YouTube channel.
I got a question for you, Tommy. I watched your video where you were in the Denny's parking lot and all the police were right there in front of you, the constables and stuff. What was going on there?
I think I came to the conclusion that the one lady had needed some emergency attention,
Oh, okay.
and
Because
yeah,
I remember watching your video when you was talking, and I remember seeing somebody run past the back of your vehicle, and I was like, and then you mentioned the constables, and I was like, well, was that the suspect?
Yeah.
'cause there's like a ambulance that showed up too. That's what
Okay.
drove me to the conclusion. The ambulance showed up,
Simple.
and the stretcher was out, and the lady was sitting on the curb in the parking lot.
That's awesome, man. Hey, great job on these last
Yeah.
these last videos too, man. I like the format. I like the route that you're going, man. Good job.
Yeah,
I
like the vibe,
appreciate
too.
that. Yeah.
This video I put up today was I done probably a week ago. That was probably the biggest stretch of mine because it was totally new, and I was like, maybe I should check this out. Like, not much to it, but it was the biggest stretch. But it was along the Trinity River here in Dallas.
Well, I look forward to seeing that.
Yeah, man.
And you just
Yeah, I've
uploaded it?
never-
Yeah,
Okay.
Okay. All right. We'll go check that one out, man.
100%.
Yeah, man. Shout out to you, brother William. Shout out to you, Mama. I see you, Millie. I see all you guys out there. Appreciate all of you stopping through, man. We're just having a good Friday, man. It's coming up on the weekend. For me, I'm hoping I get my truck out today. I'm hoping they call me today. They're an outstanding service out here, but they are busy. So it's, I'm hoping, but he told me that it'd be yesterday or today he would try his best to get it in, and should once he gets it in, then he'll get it. Unless he's got to order a part, it won't take too awful long for him to get it fixed up for me. And what
Hopefully
was
it gets in
it
there
that
and gets
Courtney?
done.
I feel like I got. Oh, I know what it is. I gonna be going over Miss Max this evening for her fundraiser at 7 o'clock. Um, I I I, I gotta pull it. I'm so bad about keeping up with that. I should have been shouting it out all along. I should have had it wrote down over here where I could pull it up right now. It's at 7 o'clock this evening though. And I'm gonna go over and we're just gonna have fun. And she said she might want me to play a song or something if somebody wants request or something like that. Whatever. If I can do it, I'll do it. That's it's whatever I can do to whatever way I can help. I don't mind the help with those types of things. You know, so
No, that's
I'm cool with going with the flow, so to speak. Whatever it is, then that's
yeah.
cool with me. Well, there's Miss Mac. I see you. Yeah, I was. Hey, yeah, Miss Mac. Are you ringing the tutu? I didn't know how to spell tutu the other day. Man, I'm so glad you spelled that for me because I was, man, I've been just saying TOO. That's how they, I mean, you know, I didn't say I went all the way through school. I just said I went through quite some of it.
That's funny.
And they didn't have the spelling for tutu. I don't remember it being on a spelling test. But I missed a couple of them, so it was probably on the ones that I missed. But now I was like the other day when I was trying to type it in, I was saying it might have been on your live, man. I was trying to type, and I'm like, how in the hell do you spell tutu? And I just spelled it TOO. I didn't know how to spell it no other way. That's funny though. Yeah, man. I'm all about it. I'm all about it. I'm pretty proud of it. They had it in a great color pattern, and
Okay.
you know,
Good
I feel
genes.
like
Good genes.
well, you know, it was just one of those things. I felt like that it was meant to be because you know my wife and I were talking about it, and I was like, well, if you can find a proper color match, or if you can find, you know, whatever. Well, and then she pulled it up, and it was like, you know, there it is, and it was like that was the first one that come up, and I'm like, that is it, and I just knew, you can feel it when it's right, and
Yeah.
it was right.
Okay.
It felt right. It felt like I was. That's what I needed, man. Now it was funny because Courtney, she heard me laughing about it or talking about it. We were just playing. Damn if it didn't show up in the mail. So I'm like, well, I guess I got me a tutu now. I'm pretty proud of it though. I ain't gonna lie. I ain't gonna lie.
Hey, you sported
Tutu
well. I
matches
seen
your
it.
eyes.
But yeah, no, I'll be there in the chat for over at Mac's party tonight. I'll be there 7, just trying to laugh and joke and have a good time. Sounds like it's gonna be fun over there.
Yeah, hey, it will be. It will be. I like the idea of it being freestyle, just kind of having fun, whatever, you know, whatever the situation. I'm one of those types of guys that in
Yeah,
that type of situation, there ain't much that I ain't willing to do just for the fun of, you know, I mean, obviously everybody has their limits, but for fun, yeah, I'm all about that kind of stuff, man. The
and then you get
sillier the
to
better sometimes.
and then you get to add a good cause to help a friend. You know, get somewhere,
That's
do something amazing. You know, it's like, hey,
yeah,
you know,
man.
well, you got to be
Yeah,
there for
man.
that. Like that's the place to be.
Well, yeah, but yes, 100%. And I'm not in a position where I can really help financially, but I can
Yeah,
help with a little bit of time. I can
yeah,
help with, you know, that kind of thing makes me. It's funny you said that because that's funny to me that it makes me feel like in some ways that that's my blessing is to be able to help because I can't really do nothing, really nothing. But I can, if you feel like I'll be of a support and some fun, then yeah, man, I'm all about that. That makes me feel like I did, like, okay, I did, you know, helped out the best that I could
mhm.
come up with at the moment. And I think that's all that, in the long run, I think it's all any of us can do is just, you know, you
That's
do, that's it.
that's same position here. You know, I can't do a whole lot financially. My money's always funny, but you know, I got a lot of talent. I know that. I got a
Yes,
lot of
sir.
and I've got skills.
Yep.
And some people need some of them skills, and if I can give that and help and do something, and help
Most
out in some kind of way,
importantly, you're a comfort maker.
100%.
I'm going to tell you what your superpower is, so that you'll be aware and you can one day look back on it and you can say, "Creating change, guy, my brother, I appreciate you." Your superpower is the comfort level that you bring. It's about as immediately people feel that comfort level with you because you have a personality that invites that. So, you know, leaning in on that and knowing that people want you to help. You know, they want that leadership role taken up. You know, it's there for your if it's how do I put it? It's there for the taking. It's there for you to step into. It's yours to have, just by the comfort level that you can bring by talking with people and like, hey man, you know, like this is how it is, how I see it. I think the plain and simple truth sometimes sells. The just plain and simple truth. This is what you see is what you get, and that comfort level, bro. That's a special thing because a lot of people desire to have an audience, but they don't make people feel comfortable. And they're not, it's not because of anything they're doing wrong. It's just the way that they come off. You're like, I mean, I've been around a couple people in my life, bosses and other people that is like, they're just not a good leader. They're just not that natural born. You know, you follow them and you do what they say because they have a little higher level up on you than what you are. But it's not because of some kind of it factor that they have. They just happen to work their way to that or whatever. I don't know, man. I don't know how to say it without sounding confusing or getting too in depth or you know what I mean. But you just bring a
Yeah,
comfort level, dude. I feel comfortable. I feel comfortable with you. I feel comfortable with a conversation with you right off the rip. I know for a fact that we can have a decent conversation because we both are coming at it first and foremost from a respect angle. Like, okay, I'm talking to another grown ass man and I'm going to treat him like that. So I'm not going to blow fluff up his butt or I'm not going to blow sunshine up his butt. I'm going to speak to this person. And I think people like that. I know I do. I lean in on that kind of stuff, man.
well, hell, guy, I appreciate the hell out of that, man. That's probably one of the
Yeah.
nicest things somebody said to me in a long time.
Well, I mean
I
it.
just
Just,
that's pretty cool that people like you see me like that. That's I couldn't ask for nothing better. You know, it's like I don't know how I want to be seen, but you know you don't want to be seen as bad or negative. And when I hear you say that, it's like, okay, all right, well, maybe I'm giving the kind of vibe I'm hoping I want to give. You know,
you are.
maybe I'm really doing it. Maybe I'm finally
You are.
doing what I've been trying to do.
You
I
are.
appreciate it. I
You
appreciate
definitely are. Yeah, man, you're welcome, and I mean it. And my mom says that you're photogenic.
that.
I don't see it, but you know
I
that's
don't
what
see
mom
it.
says.
I don't
That's
see it. I
what
just look like
mom says.
I just look I look like Papa Smurf with a backwards hat.
Yeah. No, no, that's my mom said that the other evening, man. She said, you know,
I love
Gen
Mama
X is
Bandit.
very photogenic, and I'm like, Mom, I don't look at him. Like, Mom, I don't look at. I didn't look at him like that. Come on, man.
Love you, Mama Bandy. You tell him that anytime you want to tell him
Yeah,
that.
yeah, I'll carry the barf bag with me. Yeah, it's funny, man,
Oh,
because you know, on here, guys, it's comical because a lot of our family lives a long ways from here, and you know, there's a few people around here, obviously, that we hang out with and everything. But it has become one of those things. Mom's in here enough and everything. She knows the goings on, and she's like ask about everybody, or she'll ask about, and it's just fun. It's like you know, you can kind of see that there's a little like even my mom looks forward to coming in and saying hi to everybody, and that's like, man,
yeah.
you're winning. You're
Yeah,
winning.
it's a great place, man. I told you what 2 or 3 months ago, and I hope you never took offense to it. I never really asked you if you did, but like I
Okay.
compare you to the John Boy and Billy show. Like
Oh no, I'm honored by that.
you're
I'm
my new
honored.
morning show. You know, I'm 50 years old. My whole life, you know how it is. You did construction. You drive to work. You're always listening to the radio in the truck on the
Mm-hmm.
way to the job. And so through the course of years, my morning taste changed, and I had
Yep.
different morning shows. Dude, you're my John Boy Billy. You're
Man, I
my John
appreciate
Boy.
that.
That's why I told you. I said, man, you need to get a weatherman now, and you need to do a weatherman. You just need to do
Yeah.
everything like that. You need to have a news report, 5 minutes. You know, dress up
Yeah.
all nerdy. I'm telling you, man. I'm telling you. Like,
Let
dude,
all the
it's
Sweet
personalities
tea with
come out.
sports.
yes. See, well,
See?
it's right. It's writing itself. It is writing itself. Seriously, he
Yo.
come in, Sweet Tea come in all dressed up doing a sports report and stuff. And
Yeah.
he's techie enough to have like a big sports game screen behind him while he's explaining this. Oh yeah, yeah,
I
yeah,
love it. It
yeah,
makes me think of so many things, dude.
yeah. You're my new morning show, man. You're
That's
my morning.
fun, man. Thank you,
I'm
man.
here every episode you play live
Yeah,
if
you
I
are.
can be here.
Yeah, you are.
If I'm out and about and you're playing on the phone in my seat,
That's
you know,
awesome, dude.
it's
Thank you, man. Now, see
yeah,
that to me, like that lets me know that I'm hitting the mark with the folks that I want to hit the mark with. Like, you know, I have my own style, bro, but at the same time, I like to try to, you know, be willing to bend, be willing to change. I don't like to be inclusive. I hate to be like I hate clubs, I guess so to speak. Like everybody's welcome, man. If you want to treat me with respect, I'm gonna treat you with respect. But I'm gonna talk about things I want to talk about. Like I don't know nothing about knitting, so why would I talk about knitting? You know what I mean? Like,
Exactly.
you know, I don't
Exactly.
know. I just enjoy it, man. It's fun getting on here, and for us, man. I know for you too, and for Tommy. Like for years, man, this kind of stuff was out of my reach, man. I had other things to do, and there wasn't nothing. Like I didn't know nothing about how to come on and do anything like this and have fun doing this kind of stuff. Didn't have no idea that this was even here. Like honestly,
Yeah.
I didn't
I,
know.
I mean, I kind of knew it was here, but I never saw it as being for me. Like, that's
Right,
not something I'm into. Why would I do that? Why would I go on here and just talk to people I don't know and then expect I'm going to get paid for it at some point in this
right,
career? Like that
right.
didn't compute.
Yeah,
And now what I've learned is now I like coming on here hanging out with people I've met across the world. It's pretty damn cool. And we
yep,
just kick it in our spare time. Maybe we just ate, maybe we just cleaned the house, maybe we just got off work, maybe we're getting ready to go to work, maybe we're off because we're sick this week. So we're
yep,
all just hanging out at this particular time, and sharing each other's experiences. I mean, we're on the stage, but everybody's involved because we're looking down at the stories going on. We know
yep,
what's going on with so and so. We know what's going on with so and so. We know what
yep,
so and so's been going through. It's
yep. It
like we
becomes a
created this world.
yeah, yeah.
And
It's
now
awesome.
there's no outside interference. There's no government politics. I mean, sure, I guess
Yeah,
you got the politics of YouTube that
yeah,
governs how we can build. But we
yep.
got a pretty good way of being able to build our own little world and be
Yes,
with the people we choose to be with that we trust.
yes, yes,
And if we want to look past people's transgressions in their past and welcome them to a new world, we can. If you want to be a butthole, well, there's a section for you too.
yeah, yeah, yeah,
There's that part of YouTube that you've
yep,
got your world, and
yeah.
you ain't got to deal with goody two shoes or people that do things by the rules. Go deal with your little wild ones. Enjoy y'all's world.
That's right.
I
That's
love.
right.
I freaking love it, man.
Well,
I
that's
freaking
that's
love
that's the
it.
beauty of it, and that's why I say I encourage people that if they don't like something I'm doing, or if you don't like something I'm saying, I encourage you to just move on, because I'm not going to
Yeah,
try. I'm not trying to sell. I'm not trying to sell you nothing. I'm not trying to sell you me. Like this
mhm,
is me, and
yeah,
take it or leave it.
yeah,
You can scroll past like you. It's not even gonna hurt my feelings. It actually bothers me more when somebody thinks that they can do something to change or affect something
yeah.
in your world that you're creating in this community you're creating and now you have just go on somewhere,
No,
it's
it's like
not
going
gonna
to a big party, and you go to a big party and there's all the little sections of kids or people you're hanging out with, whoever they are. There's all kinds of sections. There's this group, and you just choose who do I want to go hang out with. And when you see me, you hear me talk. You want to kick it with me and hang out and put up my bull crap and cool. Don't
yeah.
okay, go find somebody you do want to do it with.
That-
Get out of my zone.
yeah,
yeah.
yeah, nobody's trying to make you be here or make you conform. That's another thing, is like I'm you don't have to conform to nothing, because all I want is good vibes. Be yourself
Mhm.
and be and good vibes, and just be respectful, and like I've told you, there is nothing that I personally don't feel like that I can speak about that that is out of bounds for me.
Mhm.
I can speak on any topic because I know how to be respectful about things. Like, like you approach everything from the idea of, okay, you can be steadfast in how you believe, but you can also say, well, but that doesn't mean I lack any respect for where you stand. This
Yeah.
just happens to be where I'm standing at. But
Yep.
that does not take away from the respect I have for you having a stand
Yep.
over there. And then you start trying to figure out where do we actually fall in line? Well, then what do we meet on? What do we see? And I enjoy having a community of people that come in, want to have good vibes, and our conversations, man. I mean, a lot of times is steered by the comments. Like
Yep.
somebody will say something that intrigues a thought, and then you'll have something to say that maybe you weren't thinking of until you read that comment, and then, hey, well, you guys know how I am. I can veer off for 45 minutes and be like,
Yes, sir.
you know. So it's been such an outlet for me, brother Clint, brother Tommy. It's been one of those things. I enjoy the world of people, and I enjoy being able to have a message and being able to speak on things the way I see fit. And this has just give me that bigger just like for you guys, that bigger, you know, cone to shoot from. Instead of shooting with such a narrowed focus, you have a big wide cone that you're shooting with now, that you can grab a lot of people, bro,
Yep.
if you're patient enough and just allow the people that want to be, that are like you, or I hate to say like you, like-minded
Yeah.
people that just are like, hey man, I get that every day ain't gonna be perfect. I get that every day ain't gonna be sunshine and roses, but I also get that we're throwing good vibes, because that's
Yep.
gonna change. That's gonna make. That's gonna try. We're trying to change that. Like,
If
okay, I see the
if
trajectory.
if anything changes it, that's what it's going to be. It's good
Yep.
vibes. So let's throw the good vibes. Let's try to remember to do that. That's
Yep.
I love that.
Yep.
This might be a good thing to start at the top of the hour, but at the end of Wednesday, I was sitting there in the comments, and it came up like, we don't have time for that. You were about to end and everything, but like it was like party night or something, Friday party night, and it's like I can go on forever about that. Someone
Oh
came up
yeah.
in the
Well, there's
chat.
Mom was talking about ladies' night at and it wasn't nothing like in any kind of manner other than she's referring to a time that I got to shoot pool with a gal that was a professional player that happened to be in a man woman, where they just randomly pick teams, and it was so cool to, like, I didn't mind at all that she was better than me.
Oh,
Like, I didn't mind at all. Like, you did, like, I'm on your team. You know what I mean? Like I'm just,
that's
oh man.
awesome.
But yeah,
That's
it
awesome.
was just a luck of the draw kind of thing. Like, and it wasn't no kind of big deal or anything like that. It just happened to be one of those nights. Because usually you go, like, you're dreading whose wife that they draw out, like who's because some of them could shoot, some of them couldn't, and man, I happened to land me, man, shoot,
Got
she
a
didn't
ringer.
need me there, bro. Like, I said, you go ahead, man. You just, I'm with you. You need
Did
anything to
you
drink? Like,
did,
I'll go get it. Don't
did you ever
worry.
get on the table? Did you ever get on the table?
Oh yeah, yeah,
Yeah.
yeah.
Okay.
Because the way that every other, like, even if you ran a table, the next person would still have to break. Like, the next, you know
Okay.
what I'm saying? They alternated the break. So everybody, yeah,
Yeah. Okay.
had to eventually. Everybody, yeah, you
You
couldn't
cycle. You
just.
cycle through at least one.
Yeah, they made sure
Okay.
that they couldn't take the scrub and put them over there and then run all the table off. Like,
Yeah.
everybody has to get up, and you'll have some that'll be really good, and then you'll have some that's like, dude, I'll chalk your stick for you if you'll just let me and stop miscuing. You know what I mean? Just hit the ball, for God's sakes, this time. But that's just the fun of it. That's the way that sometimes you get a good partner, and sometimes you don't. Man or woman, it doesn't matter. But it was fun. But anyway, I got a lot of good stories that I probably won't tell on air, just because they're incriminating. But I'm
Yeah.
trying to
It's not
stay
that.
out of jail these days.
It's not that kind of party.
You have the right to remain silent. So I do. And
Yes.
nah, there was some good times though, shooting pool. Got to meet a lot of cool people out playing. It was one of those games back here just 25 years ago. Man, that's where everybody, well, I don't want to say everybody met, but it seemed like there was a lot more people into it back 20 years ago, man. Like, around here, you've got to go hunt and peck to try to find a good 9-ball game or something that's on the regular. I'm not saying there ain't good shooters. I'm just saying that I don't know of any place that's really close by where there's some regular shooters that show up on a Wednesday or a Friday and just shoot pool. I don't know of them places, close. Not like it was. There's some
No,
places,
no,
but not like it was.
no, I agree. I agree. It's not like it was. I mean, I go to a couple different pool halls around here. There's some nice pool halls, but I go to them sometimes during the course of the day, and there'd be nobody in there. Like whoever I go shoot with, we're the only ones in there. It'd be
Yeah,
12 empty tables. I
man.
can remember growing up as a teenager when I was getting in the pool and going to the pool halls. Like when the pool hall opened, within the first hour, it was pretty much, I ain't gonna say full, but there was a pile of people in there within
Yep.
the first hour. And it stayed like that all day and night until it was packed, and there was 5 feet of smoke in the ceiling, cigarettes.
Yeah.
You could hear a setup. It was so many people in there, you could hear a new rack break. Like I don't know,
Yeah.
every 120 seconds, crack. There was
Yeah.
another crack.
Man,
It was
that's
just
awesome
deadly
too,
games
ain't
going
it?
on.
Yeah.
Yeah, I remember that. And no, I don't see it like that. I
No.
haven't seen that like that in a long time, really.
No.
Anyway.
No. It's and it is such a good. I mean, it's not just a it's a good family like activity, just like
Mhm.
bowling or anything else. I mean, it's
Yeah.
it's not hard as far as on your, it's not physically hard, and that's why I guess I stayed with it for so many years, man, was even through the tough times physically, right before I had my hip replaced and then right after I had my hip replaced. It gave me something that once, like I could still do it, even now. Before I had my hip replaced, I started having some trouble, and then there for about a month I couldn't do nothing like that. But then after I had it done, that was like like a therapy on me. Like it give you a reason to get up and start, like, getting bending again and moving again. So man, I leaned in on it for a long time in my life. And I just liked hanging out with all my buddies. Like it was
Mhm.
just like, I mean, there was many times where that, it didn't have nothing to do with how much money you make, because all you did was hand money back and forth all night.
Yeah. Yeah.
One would be up 5, 10, $20 for a half hour, and then the other one would be up 5,
Yeah.
10, $20 for a half hour, and then by the time it all was said and done, everybody lost, because by the time you paid for the table, you
Yeah.
just swapped money back and forth. Eh, but it was
I know.
awesome.
Yeah, it's fun. It's fun. I mean, that's what we do now. Like the last 2 times I played, I'm up. I'm up. But next time we'll play, the next 5 times we play, he might get me, man. He might get me in
Yeah.
them sets and whoop
Yeah.
me 5 times straight.
Yeah.
It's just the way it'll be. Like, okay, well, guess you owned the fall. Summer was mine, but fall is yours. And
Yeah, that's the way it works.
I'll see you in the winter. We'll try again.
We'll be
You know,
on it again for
yeah.
sure.
And
I
that's the
like,
way it is. That's the way
it.
it is. And I like that because that makes me play better. If you whoop my ass 5 times, you can bet that 6th game I am playing some of the best pool of my life.
Yeah, you're focused in.
I'm coming for you. I'm either done for the night because I know I can't focus, or I'm playing some of the best pool of my life on that game.
Yep. Yep.
I got intentions. I know exactly what I need to do, and somehow or another I'm going to do it.
Well, that was one thing in all my years shooting pool and gambling along the way. I never did have anybody to feel like I was chumping them, because I made it clear, man, I'm trying to win, bro. I'm playing to win. I don't care if it's tic-tac-toe with my mom. I'm playing to win. I want
Yeah.
all 3 O's or all 3 X's lined up when we get done.
Oh,
Well,
yeah.
it's the same way when I shoot pool. It ain't got. It's just I'm a It's like I'm gonna compete. If I can't compete, I'll go over. I'll just go over and sit down somewhere if I can't be
100,
competitive.
100%. I'm a Gen Xer. Ain't no participation trophy here. You gotta
No.
win. You got to
I'm
win to
trying to
get the
make
shiny
you
things.
have.
Yeah.
I want to, like, I guess y'all play the same. Like, if you win, you keep the table. So that
Yeah.
means, like,
Yeah. And that's what I do.
Yep.
Yeah. Well, winner keeps stable. So it's like I'm trying to keep everybody in the seats. Like
Yeah. Yeah, man. Yeah, me too. Like, I don't want to have to pay for another game. I want to pay for one game, and then
Yep,
I
one
want to
thing.
play all night, and then go home. Yeah.
And I want the breaks. I want the breaks. You know, if we're playing double
Yep.
games, that's it. If I win the first one, the break's mine on the second. It's just the way it is. I want the breaks
Yep.
because
Break. Yeah.
I, dude,
Winner gets the break.
I make a rack of balls crack, man. That's probably the best thing I can do is I can break. I can break.
Yeah. Yeah.
I love breaking, man. Getting that
It
golden
is
eight ball.
fun. I can't wait to play some pool with you, man. I really
Oh
can't,
man,
dude.
yeah, it's gonna be fun. I love some pool,
I
man.
can't
I
wait
do.
because
Yeah,
You,
it's
you
nice.
get to talk shit.
yeah, you do. Yeah, you do.
Yeah.
Yeah, I love it. Yeah. What's up, Tom?
My school had a nice in the student center. Even back when I was going to school there, they had a nice little hangout place, cool little hangout place, and they had pool tables right there by the. And now it's like all redone, and it's a brand new student center that I'd seen back in March.
Yeah.
That's awesome.
Redone all that, and they had great little nice little pool hall set up right on campus there.
That's great, man. I mean, dude, it's
That's where I'd have spent a lot of time there if I'd have went to schools at a place like that. Yeah,
me too.
I would have
Me
spent a
too.
lot of time there. I just love that. I've always loved that game.
I
It's a
got to go
puzzle.
to Sweet Meadows for about 3 months, Clint. They had pool tables. No kidding. That was crazy, man.
I was never in a place that had them. Never.
Yeah, did you ever hear of Sweet Meadows? They
Oh
called
yeah,
it deep.
yeah,
It was
yeah.
Deep Meadows.
Deep,
Yeah,
deep
they
Meadows.
had pool. I got to go there. Yeah, and that was true. They had pool tables. I was like, you got to be kidding me.
Shit.
But but it was, they used that. They used
Oh.
that. Like that was their. Oh, they loved being able to take that. You know what I mean. I found that out quick, so I didn't really lean in a whole lot on it. And I knew I wasn't there long. But yeah, they sure did. They have pool tables. I was like, oh, this
That was
might
wild.
well. I can ride my time out like this. Yeah.
Yeah, no doubt. That's wild.
That
then
didn't
you got
last
to
long.
your, then you got to your next spot and you're like, fuck, they ain't all the same.
No, it wasn't. It was. You know what I still don't get is why don't they let people smoke? Wouldn't that make a lot of money for the like?
I mean, when
Wouldn't
I
that
was
make
there,
money?
when I was there, you could.
Yeah. Well, they
When I
took
was
it
there, you
out
could.
while I was in, Clint.
Oh wow.
Yeah, dude. Yeah, dude.
Wow.
Sure enough, man. Hey, well, and they sent me from Dillwyn over to Botetourt, and it was they went ahead and took tobacco out anyway. But
Yeah.
at that time, you could still smoke. Well, when I got to Botetourt, they made you throw all your tobacco and stuff like that. You wasn't allowed. Man, you talk about, dude.
Well, that kind of,
That I
well, that
don't
kind of,
understand.
wasn't that one of what did they that kind of place had a name. They were you couldn't have nothing there, right? Like
Couldn't
no
have
nicotine,
nothing, dude. It was,
caffeine,
dude,
nothing. Like
nothing.
they were taking all substances. Yeah, that was a
Yeah, dude.
okay.
19
I remember
months
hearing
of
about
that.
Oh
19
God,
months, bro.
no coffee, nothing.
Nothing, dude. Nothing. Decaf. You know, like dude. Man. I was so mad. You know what I mean? I hated everything, everybody, dude. Especially when they took everybody's tobacco. It wasn't just me. It was like, man, dang, man. I mean, you know, like out of the, like, why would you do that? Why would you even do that? Seems like you're losing money like that. Like
Yeah.
I can add and subtract pretty good. Y'all are charging about $4 more on the pack than what they would be out on the street. Somebody making money somewhere.
Yep.
But they did.
100%.
They sure enough. I think they did it just so that they could make them more expensive to buy off of one of the guards.
Oh,
'Cause I never did have to quit smoking. I just had to
Nah.
quit smoking off a commissary.
yeah.
Yeah.
100%.
Just had to find the right guard to get them to bring in some tobacco or there was some guards made a killing off of that crap too, man. Daggone
Oh,
it.
dude, there were some guards that made money off me, man. What are you talking about?
Yeah, yeah, dude.
Yeah.
That's why I'm saying I ain't saying nothing like, hey, yeah. Your secret's well kept with me. I'm just saying that, you know, I know I would have done it. But anyway, hey, surviving together. Don't touch my coffee. I feel you, man. That's my lifeblood now. Yes, that's tough talk about total deprivation.
Mr.
There's
Floyd,
in the house.
you could smoke at the pool hall I went to in high school. We could smoke there.
Yeah, oh yeah,
Oh,
yeah,
yeah,
man.
yeah. Shoot, man, I can remember growing up as a teenager, you could smoke in Burger King. Remember Burger King had them little gold
Oh,
aluminum ashtrays?
yeah,
And
man.
so there,
Yeah. I remember
eat a Whopper with a Marlboro.
my mom, I remember her back before, before she ever quit smoking when I was as young. Man, that was, that was a natural thing for mom to smoke her cigarette after
Mhm.
dinner. You know what I mean? With that little aluminum ashtray thing. Yeah, man. I don't know. Dude, they got a little carried away. Well, now, like with my kid, if they get caught smoking, then it's like 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 the law gets called. You got to go to court
Mhm.
over it, and it's like over a cigarette, dude. Like I remember standing beside my teachers in school with my cigarettes in my shirt pocket or in my pants pocket. Nobody,
Mhm.
as long as you wasn't smoking them in the schoolhouse or in the hallways or nothing, nobody said anything to you because they knew you was gonna smoke anyway.
Yep. They knew
Like
you was gonna go.
they knew you was gonna go
Cigarettes
smoke.
back then is today's cell phones.
I mean, I just hope they're still teaching boys to stand up to pee at this point. I mean,
And now
it
they're
just
starting to anchor down on cell phones. They're starting to ban cell phones.
well, that I think is I support that 1,000%. They should
Yeah.
have them things that they put the bag thing that they put
Mhm.
their phone down in, zips up or whatever, however it is that works. And then these little Apple watches and these ear pods too, little sneak
Yeah.
to all that,
Yep.
take all that and make them kids look in a book for a while. You know what I
Yep.
mean?
Yep.
And
Be
matter of
present.
fact,
Be present. Be present. Yeah. You got a class every hour and a half or so. You can check your phone in, make sure there's no emergency or nothing.
yep,
They go to the next class, put it back in the bag, take your ear pods out, everything. Yeah, it's
yep,
That's
time to
what
focus. It's
that's
time
yep.
to
what
focus.
lunchtime and a break is for.
Yep. And I think in school they should lean a little bit more on paper and books
Uh-huh.
instead of everything. I mean, I agree with some of the computer. I agree having that, but I just feel like the light, the distraction of that, everything is at play there, man. And I just feel like a little bit of time away from a screen altogether with your eyes on a real book or
Mhm.
on a real piece of paper or on a real chalkboard or whatever it is.
Or
I
a
just think
person.
on a person, yeah, like look up and look at me and let's talk about that. I just feel like that would be great for a lot of
Yeah.
well, a lot of kids, including my own. They spend way too much time on this crap, man. No matter how hard you try to keep them off, keep man, it's
Us,
overwhelming.
Miss Mack's son's school cannot have phones on the premises.
That's
Mm,
good.
I
I like
like
it.
that.
I
I
like it.
like that.
I like
Well, there's people I've laughed about it before, Clint and Tommy. There's people I know right now. My little store's 4 miles out the road. Now, if they left their phone here at the house to run out to the store and back, if they were 2 miles out the road, they'd turn around to come back to get their phone to run back out to the store. You know, that's how. I mean,
I've come to learn about that. It's called the stop and pat
dude,
for your pat your
man.
pockets.
Everybody's so. Well, I really enjoy my time away from it, guys. I mean,
Every
like
morning I
I
walk
like.
without my phone.
Yep. I like having that time where I'm not worried about a text or a phone call or Brother Clint he must have paused. It must have froze on him. He'll be back. But yeah, I think it's healthy. It makes me feel good. Like it makes me feel good to get away from it. When I get off of here, unless it's raining or nasty, Monday, Wednesday, Friday, what I'm out the door. I'm going
Going
outside. I'm
outside.
getting something because my eyes. I've developed this squint, starting with this crap. There's starting the stream, and I got this squint. I never squinted in my life until I started this. So now I try to wear these glasses. I try to wear, trying to. So as soon as I get done with this stuff, man, I try to get my eyes away from this screen and from that constant light because I just think it affects me in a negative way after too much time. I
Call
don't
me
like it.
lucky, call me weird or whatever, but I all those times I've spent with video and editing and looking at the screen, I don't have glasses. I don't have contacts or anything. This is all natural. I squint when I'm outside and when it's sunny out. That's
Yeah.
about it.
Yeah. Yeah, see, I see. Let's see. Millie says yes. Our high school started to take away phones from kids at the beginning of class, but I think it's because too many teachers are disrespectful to the kids, and their kids are catching them on video. I can see that, but I have something to say about that because I have a child that is 15 years old and 17 years old. One boy and one girl. My boy's 15, my girl's 17. And their perception of disrespect is different than what my perception of disrespect is. Me telling you to do something and not caring whether you really like doing it or not is not me being disrespectful. That's me being an authoritative figure. And it's about you learning to take instruction, whether you like it or not, and do what you were told to do, because that's what you're going to spend the rest of your life doing. No matter what job it is you have, you're going to spend the rest of your life being held accountable. So I feel like that sometimes, I'm not saying that it's not all the time, because I do think that there's some adults out there that take their aggression out on the kids, and that ain't right either. But I think that kids' perception of disrespect is awful skewed by the lack of accountability in their life, the constant immediacy of their phone. Everything they want's immediate. Everything they need is right now. There's okay, if I have a question about something, I don't need to go to the library and look through a big row of books and pull out a book and take the time it takes to actually learn it. I'll just Google it. Or I'll just say, "Hey Siri, what's it?" And I just feel like that it is skewed what they in some cases, not every case, but I feel like I know from my child, his idea of me being mean or being disrespectful is a totally different idea of what I find to be disrespectful, or what is truly being disrespectful. Me placing a demand on you that you're capable of doing is not being disrespectful. That's me holding you to a higher standard than what you can foresee yourself doing. And then once you reach that, you'll be able to see yourself there. And that's where we come into the clash for me and my my son and my daughter. They're both in their teens, so I get that there's, I get it. Like I get it, and they're coming into their own. And I like to say it like this: if you want to make a decision and live with it, then at this point I can't stop you. Just know that it might be out of dad and mom's hands to do anything about it too. You know, that's where that comes in at. Let's see. I'm getting down there to you. Let me see. I like to hear what you got. I hear what you're saying. I completely understand what you're saying. I have a 21-year-old and a 17-year-old. I'm talking about the teachers that talk. Yeah, man. I don't like that. No, I don't like that. And there's definitely that occurs. But I think, like, I don't know if out here where my kid goes to school, but I think there's cameras like all over. I think they're even. I think that they're even on camera in the classroom these days. I'm not sure. They should be. I mean, there's no reason why they shouldn't be on some type of camera while they're in school, in my opinion. I mean, that way that the teacher has to be held accountable, and the teacher and the students are held accountable by that camera.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? Like, it's not like I'm not saying film it for YouTube to see. I'm saying film it so that if there's something that ever happens, there's a way to, to see. Yeah, I don't. For some reason, I'll have to ask Guy. He's actually at orientation right now with his auntie and his cousin out here at the high school. I'll have to ask him about that. I'm not sure if they have cameras in the class. I know they do in the hallway, but I'm not sure about in the classrooms. They should have, though, with the nonsense that goes on there. Man, I hate to, man. Like if I ever get the call that my kid like cursed out one of his teachers, I don't care what that teacher did. you can get up and walk out, and I will respect you a hell of a lot more than to stand there and cuss an elder out or cuss somebody out to their face like that. Just walk out if it's really that bad. Just walk out and we'll deal with it. We'll figure out what. But like, I'm trying to raise a young man that knows, like, that's ain't no way to talk to me, but I ain't gonna stoop to your level and talk to you like this because you're my elder. You're my teacher. But then go tell the proper person, like, hey, principal, this lady needs to come up here and have a meeting with me and my dad and my mom, and we need to get this figured out. You know what I mean? But for him to stand up and think that he's in a position where he should yell back or cuss at that man, that's just I don't want that. I don't want that. I don't want him to be that way. I know sometimes it happens and you can't help it, but don't want him to be that way. I'm getting to you. Let's see. We don't have cameras in our accountability. No classroom cameras here. Yeah, I'm not sure about that. I
Yeah,
might be leaning.
first time that people were made really aware of what was actually happening in the classroom was when it was the virtual remote classrooms in 2020 for COVID.
Oh yeah,
And
yeah.
that
Oh
brought the
yeah,
classroom inside the house, and that for the first time that the parents were able to see what was
yeah.
actually going on
I
in
homeschooled
school.
my child all year, man, when they took him out, dude. And I'm not no teacher, man. And like I say, I got a GED with big letters, but I don't know if that matters. But man, they took them kids out of school, and here you're as a parent, you're like, man, I don't even know where, like it was tough. That was hard on the kids. That was hard on the parents. That was hard on everybody, man. My child, I seen a big digression in his desire to be in school, his desire to be. He hated it, and he's hated it ever since. He ain't wanted to be in those sports. Ain't wanted to be in nothing to do with anything to do extracurricular at school. Just wants to get it over with and go on to work. that's basically that's basically how he feels about it. But man, they mask these youngins up, snotting those little brats anyway, and then you're gonna mask them up and hold all that right against their face, and then their poor little face is getting all broke out, and then they come home and their face where they'd have to wear them stupid masks all day, be all red and puffed up. I noticed a big difference in my kids. Like this part when he would come home in the afternoon, it'd be puffy, and his skin wouldn't feel good. Where they'd
Mm.
make him keep him stupid mask on all day. That ain't no good. That ain't no good. I didn't like that. I was just kind of glad in a way that they just went ahead and took them on out. That like just go ahead and do it virtual then, and you won't be in no mask no more. Because as a parent, man, they took your say away. You wasn't allowed to say, well, no, I don't want them in there. You wasn't allowed to do that, and that was I didn't like that. I didn't like that. But you move on, and I hope that everybody learned some lessons out of that. Uh, with everything.
I got
But
lucky, didn't have no kids in that particular era when all that was going on.
yeah.
From the mass, but also just from the virtual type learning stuff. Like
Oh,
I never had to. I see my cousin's daughter. I watched them deal with it, but I didn't have to. It wasn't. But I was like, man, that's just your
well, you
kids home
think about it.
all day, every day with all this free time because you got to work, you got to do
Yeah,
whatever it
man.
is you're doing.
Yeah,
So
man.
this kid all of a sudden has all this free time.
Oh,
They can knock school out like so fast, so quickly in the course of a day, and then they just got the rest of the day to do
me and my
whatever.
kid, my kid and I could literally in about 30 to 40 minutes could complete every assignment that was handed out for the day. That he was supposed to have done. And I mean and besides that, man, like there was a couple of my neighborhood kids. The one neighborhood kid's been in baseball and sports his whole educational time coming up. Elementary school, middle school, high school, and then right through the midsection of his middle school or getting ready to go into high school year. Here they take all the sports out and they take all that kind of stuff away, and it's like for some kids that was their only motivation to be there. Like that was their everything. That's what kept their life in order, man. Like like that organization and that camaraderie, man. Like you don't get that over the phone. You don't get that. You know, and then you take their sports away and their activities and their brotherhood and sisterhoods away of that. Man, that's hard on people, man. And it was hard on these kids. It really affected. I know it affected guys' outlook on all of it because he just he hated it. He hated every bit of it, man. He didn't. He was just old enough to just know that man, this is for the birds. You know what I mean? Like this ain't right. But you know, at the same time, man, it's another one of them lessons learned. Lesson learned, bro. Just take it, move on. It's all for the best. Let's see. Mr. Floyd's Universe. Thank you, brother. Thank you. Hey, brother Desi, I appreciate you being here, surviving together. Hugs and love to all. Gotta go. I'll be there. I'll try to be there right around when you get started. So about 7 o'clock, everybody within earshot. If you have the opportunity, come by to Surviving Together. We're gonna be there doing a little fundraiser for her and her new experience and just come by and sharing the fun, man. We're just gonna have just winging it, having fun. TGIF, everybody. What time are we coming?
Right.
Oh, we're half past. I was thinking it was a little bit later than that, but we're doing good, guys. We're not eating up too much.
I'm gonna share Max. I'm gonna share Max fundraiser real quick. Try and get
Yes.
that link real fast.
Yes. Awesome. Thank you, bro. Appreciate that, man. Yeah, we appreciate all you guys being here, man. And you know, as far as all the folks out there that's, you know, ever regretted anything, just know that I too regret ever trying to learn how to do a Rubik's Cube. So we all have regrets, and you know, it's okay. Yeah. Hey, I thought I could Google how to work the Rubik's Cube. Me and Guy, we was out here in the building yesterday, and you know how it is when you clean your building out. You got to pull everything out of the building in order
Yeah.
to actually clean and then organize and put back. Because you know how it is. You use this, you throw it back up on the shelf. You don't put it back in the. Then you use this, you set it back up on the. Then the next thing you know, everything that's in the toolbox is now on the shelf beside the toolbox, and you can't find anything. So we spent the day doing that, and I was lucky enough to find my old Rubik's Cube. And I thought, well, it's a different time. I can Google this. It's not. It sounded a lot easier than what it didn't work. It didn't work. But you know, it was worth a try. But it was funny though, man. The things it's kind of like walking down memory lane. You start cleaning your old building out. You're like, yeah, I remember right. Yeah, it's cool though, man. It's cool. I like cleaning out and stuff like that, but organization, dude, like I'll have it so nice right now, but sure as I have to do something, sure as I got to start pulling tools out, man, it looks like a hurricane went through my stuff. Like, man, somebody come in here and took all my stuff and put it on the shelf, and now it ain't in there. It ain't. I know, Mr. Floyd, the Rubik's Cube, man. Hey, I ain't never been able to work one. I wish I could, but I can't. I can't do it. I did try to Google it. I'm not lying about that. I really did try to Google it.
Mentioning memory lane, you reminded me of like the thing I read when I was at the statue for the one video of Sam Houston. We were talking about prison history and Huntsville history, and then I was reading and learning that in the statue's right leg was like a time capsule. They set it up before 2000, and they're gonna open up in 100 years from then to see what it was like before the year 2000.
That's cool. That's cool.
So the right leg of Sam Houston statue along the freeway there is a time capsule.
No kidding. That's neat, man. I think that's cool, man, to do that. That's neat.
You remember when society was supposed to fall apart in 1999 before it turned to
Y2K?
Y2K.
I made sure my zipper was pulled up and everything that night. I was like, because I mean, I'm not a superstitious kind of guy, but when you got, the people you think know stuff, telling you stuff, you're like, okay, well, hey, I'm gonna lean in on it. It can't, So I pulled, and it didn't nothing. It didn't help. It didn't. Nothing happened. Nothing took.
No.
Didn't do what they
And
said.
that was the year I started high school.
Was it? You got the paper started?
99.
Really? Man, let's
Mm-hmm.
see. When did I start high school? Well, I started and finished around the same time.
Nin-
Like
1999.
90.
My wife had our second kid, man. Beat Pluto.
That's funny, man. That's funny. Yeah, because I think I started 91, 91 or 90. I'm
That
not 100% on
sounds
that.
about right.
But yeah, yeah, and then like I say, my time there was short and sweet. There's a time capsule in the big, let's see, in the big whale hanging in the Museum of Natural History. My seventh grade teacher's hubby worked on it while in college. That's cool. That is
Wow.
really cool. Yeah, that is, and like they did that, around they have one. It's just been this past. I think it was just this past year. There was some type of time capsule that they dug up, not somewhere right around here, but they had like the old like everybody that was a part of whatever put something in there and all that kind of stuff. It was pretty cool, man. I just think that's kind of stuff's neat, man,
I
because
do remember a time capsule somewhere around Richmond being dug up. I think it was under a statue or something.
it was
Ooh.
some
Probably some cool time capsules around Richmond.
like it was something. It was a yeah, man. Like I mean,
It
you
was
probably
something.
are
It was
talking
something.
about.
Imagine finding everything back to the Civil War days or something.
Oh
I mean, that's
man,
that's. I mean, that's regular around here. If you really want to find something, it's not hard.
yeah. Oh no, no, it's not. Well, I tell you, man. Like some of these the last 8 years of my career with my dad was working through the historical society on these. Well, it was two old homes. They were both. One was a 4 year project, and the other one was about a 4 year project altogether. But man, the different stuff like from marbles and dimes and um just I mean anything you can think sword, you know what I mean?
We're just
All
we're in a
that. I
good
mean,
area. We're in
yeah,
a good
oh
area.
yeah, and like arrowheads, um, you know, all kind man, there was all kinds of stuff around these old houses that would just show up, like especially the best place if you guys are ever at a really old home and you get to tear it down or you get to be a part of tearing it down. Best place in the world is right up against the walls, because that's where a marble will roll to, a dime will roll to, a nickel will roll to. And if you look as you go, then you're going to find marbles, because that was something that every kid had back then.
Yep.
Oh, we found all kinds of cool. There was an older guy that worked with us that kept, when we found the marbles, he liked to keep them and all that kind of stuff. But yeah, man, yeah, it was pretty cool.
It's a
Yeah,
perfect area, dude. I mean, we got what 5 or 6 different tribes of Native Americans through here back in since forever. You got one
yep,
of the first colonies established, with
yep,
Jamestown. You got
yep,
the American Revolution was fought severely up and down through Virginia.
yep,
Going back and forth from Pennsylvania, North Carolina, New York, up and down, and
yep,
a Civil War. And on top of the Civil War, it's Virginia. It's right where the line is made.
yep,
It's the capital of the South, but also so many North. The people that were undivided. That's why West Virginia separated.
yep,
And
yep.
it's like there's so much to find here. Like there's
There,
so much history in this dirt. It
yes,
is
there is.
insane. It is
Yes,
insane.
yes, there is, man, and it just so happens to be a lot of it is scattered out right here amongst
Mhm.
where we're at,
Yeah.
here in Virginia, man, because especially out towards like the Richmond area, you start getting over in that direction and traveling around, man, all the different battle sites, and we just went to Williamsburg this past last year, and got to go and walk through the old town, the old Jamestown, and Hey, I literally walked in my flip flops on the entire the old cobblestone road that they used back in the
Hmm.
day for the horses and buggies. Well, they had a section of the road that was still the original part there through the one main drag and stuff right there. So I didn't walk on the sidewalk. I didn't walk on the road. I purposely walked on them cobblestones, and I played that little game in your mind of all the other people that have stepped foot on that or rode a
Hmm.
buggy across and all the different people like the people that made up our history, our country, our every like all these people walked across they traipsed across these rocks at one time. So I just had a great time with that, man. uh,
That's
uh
awesome.
yeah, it was fun. God knows Washington slept almost everywhere here. I'm in northern New Jersey. Lots of old stuff here too. Yeah, there is. Yeah, there
Yeah,
is.
yeah.
Yeah,
I
there
mean, that's
is.
why I love the East Coast. That's why I love the
Yep.
East Coast. This whole East Coast is just there's stories from top to bottom.
The original
It's just
colonies, man. You
yeah.
know.
It's just it starts. You start at the bottom with the Fountain of Youth in Ponce de Leon in Florida, and then just go all the way up to Maine. But shit, you can go on up to Canada. Like it's just
Yeah, you can.
this whole East Coast is amazing.
It,
It's
I
amazing.
love. I love it, man. That dude. There is something about like when I was in school, I didn't really take on history as like what we're talking about, but once it was like a just a desire to want to just know about it and just kind of just curiosity, that's when I become most interested in like, you know, the old forts and the old battlegrounds and just it's hallowed ground, man. It's just
Mhm.
for me it's just I can't help but think like, man, that it's living history still. It's still alive, man. Still
Yep,
going.
that's it. That's it. I think that's why when I was young and in school and learning these stories, to me it was stories that once you start visiting these places and put your hands on it, your feet on it, you go,
Yes.
okay, this is real. Like this dude really did this here, like right
Yes.
here. Now I can
Yes.
see it. I can imagine what happened.
Yes.
And I'm like,
You can
oh,
see
okay.
the
Like
battle.
I need to know. I need to know this stuff. Like this is part
Yep.
of me somehow. This eventually became who I am in my life. It started here with this guy, and it just led to this.
Yep.
I don't
Yep.
know. Something else. It becomes something else other than a story. It's real. It's
Well, it becomes real.
yeah,
It takes on it takes on it takes on all the emotion of what that would have been like at that time when you allow yourself to think about, man, what a wild experience, a time in that, like for these battlefields, like out towards where my cousin lives at, you drive through and you'll stop in it and just stand there and look out across the field. And it's just like, God, man, I mean, like the battles for me, I can almost see it. Like, man, it's just insane to me and the scale and the numbers and you start thinking about all is unbelievable, but also awesome to learn about. um that was my deal to my wife and family was when we went to they forced it upon me to go to the beach. So it was like, well, if you're gonna make me go to the beach, then if I'm going to be made to go to an amusement park, then I want to go towards where Busch Gardens is at, so that I can go see Jamestown. You know what I mean? Go see Williamsburg and go look at all the stuff. Like, yeah, I'll go do everything y'all want to do, but I want this moment for me too. I don't care about none of the rest of that stuff. I want to get to go and walk around and because I like looking at the old houses and I like looking at all the communal stuff that they did. Like the communities were small, and you could tell that they thrived off of their neighbor, and
yep,
vice versa. It's just cool, man.
There's a
Cool.
street, an area here in the Dallas area and we saw this when my sister was living in Virginia. There's a similar deal. Like it looked very similar to this place along the James River in Virginia, near Richmond,
Okay.
and it's right along the lake. It's a man-made lake here, White Rock Lake, but
Okay.
it's like very similar to that area right along the James River with old Victorian houses along the
Yeah.
very similar. Nice
Yeah.
money area, but very similar.
Yeah. Yeah.
Is
Richmond's
it
a
is it old property, Tommy?
It's older and established, yeah.
It makes you wonder, like somebody from out this way didn't just pilgrimage out west and settle up and
yeah.
make a living and make a life there. And
Yeah.
they brought their knowing of how to build a home and what a home looks like. They brought that to their home.
Yeah. Yeah, because a
Yeah.
lot of our towns are like, there's a lot of different, there's a lot of towns named the same thing, is what I'm trying to say. And it was because one person would move, or, a family would move from one area and they loved a particular area, and then
Mm-hmm.
it would be, they would name that area after the area they left, like, whatever. But yeah,
Jonestown,
man.
Smithville, Jonestown, they're all over the place up here. Yeah.
Yeah. Yeah.
And
The-
Middletowns. Whole lot of Middletowns. There's a lot of Middletowns.
A lot of middle towns, man, and they're everywhere, everywhere. That was a busy dude. Old Middletown.
Yeah,
He must have been friends with Appleseed.
right. He was. I played him. I played Johnny Appleseed in a school play in the first grade.
Did you?
I did. I spent 2 hours walking around with a giant pot on my head, just beat the hell out of my head. Every time my head moved, that thing would slide, just beat the hell out of my little head. Ain't never been in a play since.
Yeah. Mimi Bear, shout out to Mimi Bear. I see you there. Sending support. Bingo Warriors. Lockman Vlog. Good to see you, Mimi Bear. Thank you very much. Mr. Floyd's Universe. Vice President Vance is from Middletown, Ohio, between Cincinnati and Dayton, Ohio. Yes, sir. I knew that. I did know that, actually, because I don't even know why, I guess, listening to the news, but I did know that, actually. I think I knew it anyway.
I seen that comment. Mr. Josh said a battlefield is energy trapped in time. I believe that 100%.
Where's that at? I missed.
He said a battlefield is energy trapped in time.
Oh, no doubt. No doubt.
And looking at it the way he said that, I think on him like that's exactly what that is. That's
Yeah, it is.
like because if you're on a quiet day on a real battlefield, like if you just sit there, you start to know where you're at. Like I'm not going to say you hear things. Maybe you do. Maybe you see things, but you definitely start to know where you're at. Like you're on a battle. You know there's a force here. There's a force here, and they're having a conflict, and you are in them. You just know. You just know. I don't know. I believe that.
You can 100%. Definitely feel that energy. You can definitely feel, because when I was working with Chris up there when he first started his little tree company, was going up and just helping a family member out, man, just helping him get going, whatever I can do to help. I'm not no tree guy or anything, but I got common sense and I can work a little bit if I have to back in. So it was like, all right, I'll come up and help you and everything. But on my drives up there, I'd be by myself. And on my ride back, I'd be by myself. And there was so many times, dude, that just for a break, like just to be able to get out of the car, that you'd stop in at one of them spots and find you a cool spot to sit down and just kind of kick back, put one up in the air and finish your drink and just look out over the field. And I swear, man, there was times where I know that I wasn't seeing things out in the field, but in my mind's eye, I could see things clear as day sometimes. Like in my mind,
I understand that.
Envision, like, God, man, because you're looking at it, and I mean, you're looking out across this huge, massive field, but you can envision this this people over here, these people over here, and then this, like, you can see the center. You can see where they would have collided at, I guess, like where, I don't know, man. Maybe I let my mind wander a
Wow.
little bit too much, whatever. But
Wow.
I mean, you can see the cannons rolling up. You can see the people standing there, and it's just because you know it was real. You know
I
that it really
I
happened.
agree with all that 100%, and I'll even add to it. Being as the subject came up, it came up for whatever reason. There was a I there was a time in Gettysburg that I could hear drums. I could
I
hear the
believe that.
drums playing in the background. I could hear the Battle of Charge being played. I don't know who it was. I don't know which side it was supposed to represent,
Right.
but I could hear it, and it wasn't loud, but it was loud enough that it was clear. And I can remember just looking at this hilltop for like 20 minutes, waiting
Yeah.
for something to come over it, just waiting for something to come over it,
Yeah.
and it never did. And I kind of had to imagine what was going on. It was, yeah, and I don't know where that come from. I was just up there, I was up there to visit, pay respects, and solace,
Yeah.
and whatnot. But I was just relaxing at the time and just sitting there.
Yeah.
It was fairly quiet and peaceful, and just I started to hear it. Made me wonder if there was like a school nearby, and they're playing a drum corps out, on the field or something, practicing.
Right.
No, no, no. I know what I heard.
Yep.
I know what
Dude, I believe it too. I
Yeah,
believe it, and I think it has a lot to do with the fact that in our hearts, we know the history, we know what happened, we know that it's real, and in real spiritual terms, it's a lot of restless spirits there. There's a lot of unrested energy that you know came to that those souls came to pass during a horrible clash, and I just feel like that presence of that unrested energy, the fact that you know what happened, the fact that you're cognizant of the struggle and the torture, and it's not pretty. There was nothing that happened that was I'm sure it was a nightmare for anybody that was a part of it or anything to do with it. um and you just know, like you can just feel it, like, and like you said, dude, I know I know what you're trying, I know what you're saying. Like it was audible, maybe it wasn't audible, but it was damn sure audible to me.
Mhm.
Yeah,
Yep.
I'm with you, I'm with you, and it is, I think anybody that's willing to like accept the true nature of what happened there, I think they may not hear what you heard, they may not see what you see, but they would be able to envision, it would be a
Yes.
picture in their mind that would be, you know, a real life thing. And I guess for me, it comes, I got a little bit of imagination, but I also have a little bit of knowledge of the history and understand what a huge thing this was. Like it was the scope is unheard of. So it's like, all them things taken into place. I can sit out there on the edge of that drive coming down through 360 right there uh out of Richmond, coming down through there before I get back out to 460 and start down through coming on down the 4 lane there. But man, coming out through there and all the little spots that you can pull off where there was a battlefield, it'll give you the little sign. You get to read about it, and so you wind up sitting there and gazing out over, like, man, I'm sure glad that wasn't a real battle, but I just lived through it. I just,
Yeah. Yeah.
you know,
Yep. 100%. No, I get it. We
yeah,
got them all up here through the Shenandoah Valley, man. Yeah,
yep,
you just pull over, read the sign, then sometimes you got a really good picture with an illustration on it. It gives you an idea. Then you
yep,
can look out and see the actual property, and you're like, oh
wow,
shit, oh shit, I
yeah,
see that, man.
yeah,
It's really, we got Cedar Creek Battlefield, Manassas Battlefield in Fredericksburg,
yep,
it's Winchester, yeah, it's wild, man. Appomattox,
Appomattox, yeah, I've been to
it's
Appomattox, yeah,
my grandfather was a POW, taking
I
POW at Gettysburg and at Appomattox.
I drive
Or my
through Appomattox.
great grandfather.
Sometimes I'll try to avoid going through Appomattox, and then sometimes I'll, just because it drops down to 25 and it's a speed trap through there, you can't make no time right through Appomattox there because just the way that the little town, man, it's a speed trap, speed zone right through there. You got to be mindful. So sometimes I'll purposely, kindly, not go in that direction, but I love Appomattox. I love the whole area down through there, and it's beautiful, man. But golly, dude, it's eat up with deer. That's where I totaled that Dodge Charger at going to Richmond was
Mm.
coming out of Appomattox, man. Hauling tail, dude, and this deer jumped out in front. I smacked that
You just,
man.
you
Didn't have
just
no
said one.
time, man.
You just said one of my favorite words ever, man. It's almost that time too. It's
Yeah,
coming, deer,
yeah,
deer.
man. Yeah, yeah. It ain't. You ain't got what? Do you bow? Are you bow hunting?
I bow hunt. Yeah. So
Oh yeah,
I'll be
well,
firing off. I'll be firing off later on next month.
yep, yep, yeah.
Yeah.
You ain't got far to go now. That's why that ginsenging. Oh man, that's the only time that I ever had any kind of real. I don't want to say it was conflict because I ain't never had no real conflict like that out in the woods. But I've accidentally rolled up on some people's hunting spots, found their camerons, and then realized that there's a stand there and everything. And fortunately, I haven't run into no one sitting in the stand or nothing. But I hate it when I feel like I've run like, dang, I didn't want to walk through that man or woman's hunting spot like that because you're out ginsenging around the same time that bow season starts. So it's like they're starting to try to get their stand up in the tree, get their spot ready, and then here my stupid hind end comes stomping around
Yeah.
looking for some ginseng, man. Yeah, but I try to
Yeah.
whenever I find a camera, Clint, just so you know, just for them hunters that get mad over that stuff. Every time I've ever found a camera, I will look at the camera and go, and apologize. I'll say, I'm sorry, man. You know what I mean? Like to just let them know, like, dude, I didn't even know that you had your tree. I didn't even know it was here, man. Because,
Uh,
man, you
it's
just
all
didn't know.
fun, man. It's all fair to me, you know. I used to like to ginseng hunt. I'd still Myrtle hunt, and so everybody's got their thing, and as long as you
Yeah,
ain't now, if I was in the stand and you come out there, it's not to do with bother me, but it would ruin my hunt because I
it
would
would
just look
ruin.
down.
Yeah,
I would
yeah,
I would look down and yell at you, be like, "All right, hey bud, I'm up here,"
yeah. I'm
because
gonna
I ain't
shoot
trying.
you if you don't leave.
Yeah, well, no, I don't want you having a heart attack when you find out there's a dude up here camouflage with a bow drawn back, like, so
No
I'm gonna go
doubt,
on and
man.
I see you coming. I'm gonna go on and let you know, hey, I'm up here, man. Hunt's
Yeah,
over.
yeah, yeah.
go
It's
on,
time for you
go
to
on
come
and
on out
get,
of the tree too.
yeah,
It's like,
yeah.
uh,
Go on and get your ginseng because I'm hunt's over. I'm packing up. Yeah, you done. Yeah, that's a wrap.
yeah, yeah. Do y'all got pretty good ginseng up there? Is it
It's
pretty good?
closer towards West Virginia. Supposedly it is. It gets when it matures up there. What is it? A
Yeah,
5 year mature rate or something that you look
5 years.
for?
Yeah, to
Yeah,
mature.
it's pretty good up there. We used to pick it around the area just when we started learning what it was. You could
Yeah,
sell it to local people, but then
yeah.
it kind of becomes something, and now I don't really hear about it a whole lot other than it's
Man,
something that people do.
I've
It's
made
like,
some good money off of it. I put this addition on my house and roof system on it with money I made
oh wow, yeah,
ginseng.
yeah. I
Sure
know.
did.
Supposedly
Sure
at the
did.
mountaintops on over towards West Virginia here, it's supposed to be pretty
I
nice.
mean now you got to put your time in, and
Yeah,
now, man, with that was when ginseng was going up there six, seven, $800, over 1,000 a pound.
oh
And
wow.
you're talking about being able to make some pretty good money. Um, I mean, if it got up to that again, or even 500, if it get up to $500 a pound, yeah, I'll go out in the woods and get it. But to dig a pound of ginseng, I mean, it takes approximately 1,000 roots to
Yeah,
make a pound of
that's a lot
gin.
of
You got
plants. That's a lot of patches you need to know about.
Yeah,
That's
dude.
mature. That is mature as
Yeah,
well.
dude.
Ain't just any
Yeah.
ginseng.
It's
You
got to
know.
be three prong.
Yeah,
And you're supposed to put the berries back where you dug it. You're not supposed to bring berries out of the woods. You're supposed to put them back in the vicinity, in the
I'm
area
reading
that you
here
dig them
5 years and then three prong.
Yeah,
I'm doing a
yeah,
little look up here.
yeah, man.
yeah.
I've dug ginseng for a lot of years, and it's plentiful around here. I could take my phone and I could go out here with you guys, and maybe I'll do that for one of them. I'll walk out here down over the mountain right here,
Is
and show
is it
you
a
some.
berry? I
Yeah,
see
there's little red
berries.
berries. There's little red berries about the size of a little bit bigger than a BB, about double the size of a BB. But
That's when
they
they're ready
fall
to pick.
off.
Yeah, that's when
Yep,
they're ready to pick.
yep.
When it's that time of the year he's talking about when bow season starts for most of us hunters. That's when the berries are showing, and you can go pick your
Yep.
ginseng, and it's ready to be
You
picked.
can you can dig after September. You can start digging. Then you can't turn in. Used to be you couldn't turn in no ginseng until September 15th. You could start selling it off. I usually tried to wait until mid October. That's usually when the price was about as good as it was going to get, and that give me a full month of dig. Full month of go out and dig as much as you can, as often as you can. Put it up. First year that I was living right here for, put this addition on. Went out here and started ginseng and everything, and the front window right
Okay.
here where it was at. I had nothing but newspaper and ginseng roots laying there drying out, man. And
Harvest time September.
I hadn't never turned any in before, and I took it out here to old Mr. Daniels, and uh, and like I say, I had the imp bags. I was proud of it, but I didn't know how much. I mean, hell, I didn't know how much it was worth. I was just like, I'm gonna, for me and Courtney, if we get a couple $100, it's right at Christmas time. Like we're winning. Hey, dude, when I went in there and that old man started counting out, $100 bills, and the next thing I know, I'm walking out with over $1,000 in my hand. I looked that old man right in his face, and I'm like, dude, I'll be back.
Yeah, oh yeah,
I'll be
I'm
back.
coming back. Yeah, I'm coming back.
Yeah, dude. That's when I upped my game. I was like, all right, I mean, I didn't realize but they set me up for failure too, because after that it was a steady decline. After that, man, it set me up. Nah, I don't want to say for failure, but it just like made my expectations like, oh, I'll be able to make this much this year or this much this year, and it's like not necessarily, man. Like I couldn't repeat an $11,000 year this year unless the price went up to, it would have to go up to close to 1,000 a pound to mimic that again. You know what I mean? Like
So what's it
if
average a pound? Like, just regular year.
man, I've seen it down like in the past couple years to like a little over $100 a pound, man. You know what I mean? Like it cheap,
Hmm.
and I think it's just the market got flooded, man.
Yeah,
Um,
it sounds like a lot of money, but that's a pound of ginseng. That's a lot of work.
that
That's a
is a
lot of work.
lot of work, dude. You'd stand a better chance going and digging coas. Go dig
Yeah.
black coas. It's only 50 cents a pound, but you can go find truckloads of it if you want to go get it. But ginseng, like you say, there's rules involved, and then you've got to dry it, and like most places want you to have it properly cleaned. Soak it and scrub it off good, and then let it dry good, and properly dry. And you don't want you don't put it in the stove and dry it out, or put it. No, you lay it out in the air and let it dry. Lay mine on newspaper. Newspaper helps draw a little bit of helps to also draw some moisture out. But basically, the air, if you can just put it somewhere in the air where it can get some airflow, or like I've seen people put it in a dash of cars before. But I personally think you get better weight. It dries out to a better weight if you just do it in the air. And the reason I say that is because I feel like that gives everything a chance to kind of settle into where it's good. Like if you put it in a car and it's baking in there and it's hot, 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 it seems like it's going to instantly dry it, and like you lose a lot of it. Where if you just let it dry slow, it seems like it gives you a little better weight. It looks better, I can tell you that, when you take it to your buyer. Um, having something that looks good matters too. Be a good clean ginseng and everything, and they don't want to see a bunch of little tiny. They want to know that you're doing it right, man. Because if you right, it's one of those plants that I hate to see people abuse and not do it right, because it is one of those plants you will eventually pick the last one if you
Yeah.
don't do it right and you
Yes.
abuse this. You will eventually pick the
Well,
last one.
it needs to be properly regulated like deer hunting is. Like,
Yes.
you don't want to shoot the last deer. You want to make sure there's limits. You want to make sure
Yes.
there's restrictions in different areas, and because this
Yes.
area has a smaller population, and and ginseng is the same. It's an important part of society, and so you got to protect it as much as you can enjoy.
Well, and I
There's
think you had a lot of people come in from like, when that one television show came on several years back, Ginseng or Appalachian Outlaws or whatever.
Mhm.
I feel like there was a lot of people thought that they could just come into our mountains and rape them and nobody would say anything or do anything.
Mhm.
And all that happened is you just had the market shut down because
Yep.
this is where it all comes from. So you
Yep.
come in here and start doing that, they'll shut it down just so that they know they're going to preserve it
Yep.
because they need it that much. They rely on it like that. It's a trade here. Like there's people that is a supplement for them for the year. Like that's part of their income. Like it's not a game, it's not a race to see who can do. Yeah, you try to get as much as you can, but you don't go rape the forest and then not
Mhm.
leave nothing for next year. You got to
Yes.
put it back.
It's
Um,
funny because that's a 5-year maturity plan, so you got to think 5 years in advance. It's like
yes,
it's not just for next year. It's like if I rape it now, like
yes,
five
you
years
ain't
is
gonna have
screwed, and
nothing.
after that, there's nothing. There's nothing.
No, I tell
It's
you
like
how I preserve my patches is when I go ginsenging, when I find like find a patch of good mature plants, anything that's like a one prong or a two prong or a three prong I feel is question, I just pinch it off. I pinch it off and throw the stem away because it don't hurt it none. Matter of fact, it keeps the butthole behind me that finds the patch that's like,
from taking
oh
the root
man,
up.
some, and then they'll just go through and dig everything that's there.
Mhm.
And I say that to anybody that goes out and ginseng is like, if you want to preserve your patch, if you want to know it'll be there, if you found it, other people are probably going to find it. So if there's one prongs and two prongs that you can see, they'll be able to see it too. Go ahead and pinch the tops off, and then they can't find it. They'd have to dig up the whole mountainside in order to find it
Yep.
then, because that's what you're doing. Like you're robbing from yourself, like by doing that. Well, for the people that come in here from out of town and do it, you're robbing from the people that's been protecting this for years, doing it the right way.
Yep.
You're robbing from them, and then you might accidentally step on somebody's toes too.
Yeah. Yeah. There's
You,
big
you
people involved in
know,
some of it. There's some big people involved in it.
it's a money crop. Like there's
Yeah.
people that have preserved their ginseng patch like in the mountains, just like people preserve forests, like trees. There's people that know, like old people that know, like, man, that mountain's full of ginseng, and I've took care of it all this time. I haven't let it be dug. I haven't let it. It's a money crop, like, because it can
Yeah.
be worth a
I
lot.
got Merkle patches. I got Merkle patches I preserve, so I know the feeling. Like when it's morel season,
Yep.
I go out with my burlap bag, and whatever I pick through the whole season, I try to keep in the same bag, and I carry that bag out, and I'm shaking it, and I'm shaking it because I want all them spores to
All the
fall.
spores.
I,
Yep.
I, I want to make as much patch area as I possibly can, because I know these things, they only pop up for like a month or so out of the year, and they're slowly disappearing, man. The more of these housing units pop up and moving out to the woods here, these patches are disappearing.
They're
They're
disappearing,
just
bro.
they're
They're
gone.
dis and it seems like with the age of, like, I mean, I love the social media and
Mhm.
everything, but man, you can't. Nothing's kept a secret. Nothing's a secret. Everybody knows everything now, and everybody thinks that they're a mushroom digger or a ginseng digger or gold miner or whatever it is. And that's cool. I want people to
Mhm.
be inspired to try new things, but understand that there's probably a history and tradition you're stepping on too if you're not
Mhm.
respecting things.
Yeah,
Um,
and,
you
and
know.
don't think it's easy because if it was easy, everybody would already been doing it
Yeah.
forever.
Yeah,
Like how
yeah,
they
see.
thought with the
It
math
ain't.
questions and everything, they're always like, "What's the answer?" Try always figure out trying to get the answer. But our teacher was saying it's what the work you do to get the answer is
That's right.
the most important. The
It is.
process.
It is. It's the
It
process,
is.
and I just I just whenever people go to do stuff like what we're talking about, you can't just think about money. You've got to think about the history, the tradition. Is this somebody's property?
Yep.
Is this somebody's personal property? Are they relying on this for retirement? Are they gonna, once they retire? Okay, I know that this 300-acre patch over here had plenty of ginseng in it. So when I retire, every ginseng season, I'm gonna go up in there and I'm gonna dig me several pound of it and turn it in for the year and make me a
Yep.
couple grand.
Yep.
And there really is people that does that.
Yeah.
Like I know
Yeah.
that may sound outrageous to somebody that don't live in this area, but as you know,
Yeah.
Clint, I mean that's a
Yeah.
true money crop for them.
Literally,
Like,
literally. There's old timers you can ask them, what are you going to do for retirement? And they'll point to a hill. Like, that's my retirement.
yeah,
That's my retirement
and
right there. Might point to a
been,
stream. They might point to a stream. That's my
Yep.
retirement right there.
yep,
You know,
yep.
it's for real.
It's for real, and if it, that's why that I try not to be a poach, like as far as going on properties that I know ain't that I don't have permission to be on and stuff like. Because that crosses my mind. Like, man, I mean, it ain't mine, and it really
Yeah.
is money. It's money in the
Yeah.
ground. It's money in the ground. Be no different than rolling up on a mine site that you knew wasn't your mine site, and then
Mhm.
while that person was gone, you'll just mine a little bit. It
Yeah.
won't matter. Well, yeah,
Yeah.
it does. You might be taking food out of their family's mouth. That man
Yep.
might kill you.
Yep. 100%.
Like I don't know, but that's what happened when they brought that show in and done that for that season. And man, they put all that stuff out there in such a crazy light and everything. It wasn't even real. It was like you look at the people and it's like, dude, I don't even believe you. I don't even believe that you're out there doing. You know what I mean? It, like
Yeah.
this is a social media trick, but what you're doing is you're ruining our spot because you're bringing all these dumb people in here to thinking that they know what's going on, man. But anyway, we got brother Desi in the house, loving this topic. Got me wanting to research. Ginsenging is awesome, man. It's got a lot of medicinal purposes, used for a lot of things. It's the Chinese that
Yep.
really lean in on it. That they believe that the ginseng here in the Appalachian Mountains has like the highest potency for all different sorts of stuff. I mean, from sexual to cancer
To
killing
To
agents
brain cognicy and
yep,
all kinds of things. They praise
yep,
it. And they're a very, when you hear old cultures like the Chinese talk about stuff like that, you got to pay attention to it. Like they know something, you know. That culture's been around thousands of years,
yeah, they do. Yeah, they do. Yeah.
They know things.
Thank you, Millie. She says, "Thank you, Guy, Tommy, Clint, and all. I need to get moving. Have an
You have a great
outstanding
day.
weekend, outstanding evening. Yeah, thank you,
100%.
thank you very much. Appreciate all of you guys being here, man. It's been a good conversation, guys. I
Yeah,
appreciate
it was
y'all
nice hanging out.
y'all indulging, man. Good hangout, man. Good hangout. It's coming up on 1 o'clock. I was hoping that they'd call me about my truck. I ain't gonna lie, I'm anxious. I just want to. I want to get the bill over with. You know what I mean? Like I want to know I
Yeah.
made it. Like okay, I got enough. I'm not too awful worried about it, but it does stress you out when it's your like that's my wife and I is like that's our day been our daily for 17 years, coming up on 18 years now. And it's like, man, I hope it ain't, I don't want to see that one go yet.
Yeah.
It's still awful good. It may not look all the greatest in the world, but man, I sure like having it paid for, and I sure like I like that part of it. So I'm hoping it's not nothing ignorant, man. But what do you do about it, man?
Just go with the flow. It'll be what it'll be.
I might just leave it there if it's too much. Be like, well, you just earned yourself a not brand new truck. I can't afford that, brother.
Well, I had fun hanging out with you. I had
Yeah,
fun
man.
hanging out with you guys on a Friday, man. I appreciate it much. Tommy, man, it was great being up here with you, bud.
Yeah,
And I'll be checking out the video you uploaded earlier. So I'll be up on there.
Yeah.
And, yeah, y'all have a great Friday, man. I'm going to pop
Brother
on
Clint.
off here. And I appreciate the invite as always, man. One love,
Dude,
everybody.
you're always invited, man. That's outstanding. Thank you, Brother Clint. Appreciate you, man. Have a great weekend. Holler at me if you ever need anything. If I can ever, in any way, holler at me, man.
100%, brother. Thank you, brother.
Yes, sir. You're welcome. Well, Brother Tommy, I appreciate you, my man. Thank you very much for being a part of the journey, being a part of everything. Everybody out there in the comment world, in the YouTube world, me and Tommy and Brother Clint, we appreciate y'all being here and hanging out. Riding with us, man. Riding. Good vibing. Brother Tommy, is there anything you want to shout out before we call it an afternoon, my man?
Some new ideas that I'm going to shoot again. Keep this thing going too.
That's right. Well, hey, we
The
encourage
weirdest
it.
video I did was the one I just uploaded today. That was the weirdest video, but it was a new place, so it was a stretch for me.
Okay. All right. Well, that gives us a little teaser there. All right. Well, Brother Tommy, outstanding. Keep up the great work. I hope you have an outstanding weekend, a great rest of your evening, and appreciate it, man. Just thank you. I appreciate it. Everybody, we appreciate you. This has been an outstanding conversation. We'll be back Monday, 11 to 1. Good vibes. Always good vibes. I appreciate y'all being here. Let's see what I got pulled up here for the end song. All right. Well, that's my song. I'll do that. All right, my guys, my gals, I appreciate you all. All of my beautiful people, thank you very much. Always good vibes. This is Creating Change. My name is Guy. I appreciate y'all. Have a great weekend, guys. See you Monday. Just so many miles between us. There can be so many more. Been so long since I've seen you. Some I've never seen before. Well, I make a promise to myself. God knows I'll keep. I won't let the miles between us be so long in between. It's worth every rest stop, and Daddy, I need to pee, so my son can be around the ones that mean so much to me. Well, I want him to know you and love you all just like me. I won't let the miles between us be so long in between. As the miles go by, my mind begins to go to the memories I've made from so many years ago. And I make a promise to myself, God knows I'll keep. I won't let the miles between us be so long in between. It's worth every rest stop, and Daddy, I need to be, so my son can be around the ones that mean so much to me. Well, I want him to know you and love you all just like me. I won't let the miles between us be so long in between. I won't let the miles between us be so long in